Do you have entire movies playing in your head where you are the main character? You might be sitting in a boring meeting or lying in bed at night, but in your mind, you are a famous celebrity, giving an interview, a hero saving the world, or having a perfect argument with someone who hurt you. And here is the specific part that you probably hide from everyone. Do you listen to music, put on your headphones and pace around your room for hours while these scenes play out? You might even whisper the dialogue, make facial expressions, or act out the gestures. When you snap back to reality, hours have passed and you feel a strange mix of exhaustion and shame. You ask yourself, am I losing my mind? Why do I prefer this fake world over my real life? Psychology has a name for this. It is called maladaptive daydreaming. And contrary to what you might fear, you are not crazy. You are not hallucinating. You know the difference between reality and fantasy. You are simply possessed by a powerful, creative, and addictive coping mechanism. Let's break down the science of why you live in your head. First, let's talk about the dissociative absorption trait. Most people daydream for a few minutes to pass the time, but for you, daydreaming is immersive. It is high definition. Your brain scores extremely high in a trait called absorption, the ability to become deeply involved in sensory or imaginative experiences. When you daydream, your brain releases a massive flood of dopamine, the reward chemical. The fantasy feels good. It feels safe. In your head, you are confident, loved, powerful, and successful. In reality, life might be boring, lonely, or stressful. Your brain, being an efficiency machine, chooses the path of most reward. It chooses the fantasy. You aren't lazy for doing this. You are essentially addicted to the chemical high of your own imagination. Second, this behavior is often rooted in unmet psychological needs. Psychologists often find that maladaptive daydreaming starts in childhood as a response to loneliness or trauma. If the real world didn't provide you with connection, excitement, or safety, you built a world that did. This is a survival strategy. Look at the content of your daydreams. Do you dream about being saved? You might be craving safety. Do you dream about being famous and interviewed? You might be craving validation and to be seen. Do you dream about tragic scenarios where you are hurt and people care for you? You are likely craving comfort and love. Your daydreams are not random. They are a map of your deepest unmet desires. Your brain is trying to self-soothe by giving you a digital simulation of what you lack in reality. Third, let's explain the pacing and music. Why do you need to walk back and forth? Why do you need high-tempo music? This is because maladaptive daydreaming is a kinesthetic activity. You are trying to generate energy to sustain the fantasy. The repetitive movement of pacing puts your body on autopilot, which induces a trance-like state. It hypnotizes the conscious mind so the subconscious can take over. The music acts as an emotional soundtrack, regulating the mood of the scene. You are literally directing a film, and your body is the camera dolly moving through the scene. It is a highly active creative state, not a passive one. Fourth, you likely have a fantasy-prone personality. This sounds like a disorder, but it is actually linked to high creativity. Many writers, directors, and artists have this trait. You have a monotropic mind, a mind that prefers to focus intensely on one single stream of interest rather than multitasking. The problem arises when this creativity has nowhere to go. Because you keep these stories inside your head, they become a cage. If you wrote them down, painted them, or turned them into content, this order would suddenly be called talent. The difference between a maladaptive daydreamer and a best-selling author is often just a pen. So, the next time you catch yourself pacing the room at 2 a.m., creating a fake scenario, don't hate yourself. You are not broken. You have a vibrant, powerful engine for storytelling sitting inside your skull. The goal isn't to kill the dreamer. The goal is to bring the dream out into the real world. Stop consuming your imagination and start creating with it. If this video helped you understand your inner world, you will love the next one. We are entering a new phase of videos, starting with the psychology of people who can't say no. Kindly subscribe and leave a comment below. What is the main theme of your daydreams? Action, romance, or tragedy? See you in the next one.